Hi guys, it is Kymmy Coco, your host of Innovative Black Stations Connecting the Dots. And we are here today in Women's History Month, and we are honoring, I told you last week, we're going to honor women this week, and today we have people have a problem with saying females. I don't know. Women, females, whatever you like to say. She, her.
The guys have no word in this.
Kris, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You guys, we are here today because of Laugh About Daily, of course, and Dom's candles. These candles smell so good. And also we have beard oil, fellas. Do you know how women, we always moisturize our hair and our skin? So, you know, your beard, make sure your beard and your hair are both moisturized, because I've seen men, like, I guess someone finally put you on moisturizing your hair, and that's great. So we also want the beard to be matching.
Yes.
The color and the texture and the shine. So this beard oil, and this comes in drops. Connected?
Beard wheel connected.
Don't take
Beard
that
well
much, but
connected.
it do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Check
Cool.
it out, fellas.
Oh, yeah? Kris,
Hey.
1820 hats. Tell us about it.
Okay. So 1820 hats, truthfully, is a lifestyle, and it's derived from Matthew 18:20. That says, "Where two or three are gathered in my name, I'm in the midst." So we're talking about creating the God space through partnership. I believe that we are much stronger together. The power is in unity. So everything about this hat line promotes that. That's my life. Everything about the hat line tells a story. So every hat has a story and a thought process.
So I know people, if you're like me, while people are talking, you want to see what they're talking about. So tell people where you are on social media.
So we are 1820 hats on Instagram, 1820 hats on Facebook. We are www.1820hats.com.
Hats,
We're pretty
please.
consistent because we want you to be able to find us
I
everywhere
love
we
hats.
are. You
I'm
do?
oh God, yes.
Well, stay tuned. We got this stuff coming out. We got fedoras.
My God, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
This is my favorite. Oh wait, no, that's my favorite. So these are unisex.
Yes, most of them are unisex. We have some strictly for women. You're holding my personal hat right there.
This is yours?
That's my personal hat.
Oh, because I was about to put it on.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. That's one of the
y'all,
favorite.
how I look. Okay, the hair is really thick, but you get it, right? It's
Yes.
cute. I could tell.
Yes, that is my baby.
Oh, yes. So each hat tells a story. So I saw on your social media, it was one of these, and this one kind of represents like freedom. Is
Yes,
that, yeah.
that's the Freedom Collection. Look at it. It's
Yeah.
That's dope.
we're throwing it out there. It's open. There's a collective thought of just free space, and so I love that. That
Yes.
was one of the first hats we
Freedom.
came up with.
Yes,
the
this is
Freedom
amazing.
Collection. Thank you.
So are they custom made, or
Yeah.
do you?
The hats itself, we have a wholesaler, however, for the hats, but we just take them. Every hat is an empty canvas, so we just take it like, okay,
And
what are we gonna do with this empty canvas?
So why hats? What made you do that?
Because we're wearing our head. It's a crown. I believe that we're kings and queens. So everything that you adorn yourself with tells a story about who you are, and whether people want to admit that or not, it's the truth. The truth is, you are a walking billboard of who you believe you are. So with the hat, you're putting this on your head. This is my thought process. So a lot of the hats we have an affirmations hat. I don't have that one here today, but it's literally an entire message. And if you guys go to the website,
That's the
you'll
one
see
that caught my eye when I went to the
Yeah.
to check you guys out.
And shout out to Bianca Malcolm. She is the designer for that hat. We collectively create all of these hats.
Nice.
And she literally, her story is, I put that on to adorn my thoughts for the day, but however, that message could be for the person standing behind me in the grocery line. So walking beside me. So we are doing it collectively just to spread a positive message with style. So
you mentioned that the name is from a verse from the Bible. Do you incorporate the word into everything that you do?
the word is
Everything.
who I am, what I am. So literally everything that comes from me will derive from that. We don't force that on people, but my hopes is that you would take what it has done in me, through me, the message that we're pushing, and just see a hope in that. And I believe should be less Bible thumpers and more scripture livers, and that's just what we are with that.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you to put this whole thing together from thought to finish?
I thought about this 2 years ago.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
have
good.
a name for it. And here's where the name came. I met Bianca last year, and when I met her, she was wearing a fedora. I said, I love fedoras, and that was the first conversation. And then when we had another conversation, she says, yeah, I draw. Did you want to see my sketch? I said, I draw too. Look at this. And so she shows me her sketchbook. I said, look, I got an idea. I feel like we can do something. It's fedoras. So fedoras, I believe, are empty canvases, and I love art, and I want to draw on them and do designs on these hats. And she was like, yes. What's your name?
Right.
I don't know. And so we prayed about it, and truthfully, she came back. She said, sis, I got something I want to drop in you. She said, what about Matthew 18:20, some coding type stuff? I said, what's Matthew 18:20? And then she tells me what it means, and then literally that is what we're doing in that moment, partnering together, bringing a God space and allowing our minds to collectively come together and create. Two are better than one. That was great. So now it's just a message that's been going. We have collections. We partner with a lot of people who have their own audience. And I'm like, hey, here's our message. What is your message to your following? What is your message to the people that you spread hope to? These are the people we like to partner with. So we literally have a message. We have a collection that's called She Brave. That's with Jamelia Warner. Shout out Jamelia. Another collection called Amazing Culture. That's with Sherelle Anderson. Sherelle does really great on TikTok. So she has a following. They love her. And here's a message. And she wears fedora. Now, she's been wearing fedora since before I met her. So here's just something that we can give to you. What is your collection? What does it say? How does it look? And how can we help you? Let's do it.
Nice.
That's what we do all over. So
Love it.
thanks.
And you not to toot your horn a little bit, you know, but you're a pretty fly person, you know what I'm saying? So like I you
no
know,
horn toots.
but you know, we all on social media. I think we follow each other and things like that. But like, that's one thing I noticed about you. Like you're pretty jazzy, you know what I'm saying? You're on the forefront of fashion a lot of times. Like every time I see you, your hair look good, you know what I'm saying? So like, how does that inspire you with the hats? Do you you know, and I know there are collections, but how does your personal flavor and your personal style translate into the hats that we see?
Everything about it. I go to sleep and a thought will pop in my head. So when I was a kid, I would watch my dad. He's an oil painter, so he's an artist. And I just would see him draw, and then I begin to draw. So for me, it's just another way to express myself and make me put me into the world, because I can go into a store and purchase something on a mannequin, but that's somebody else's thought process of who they are. This is me. So when I wake up in the morning, I want to look like Kristin. And that's what we do. So with the hats, if I wake up and I feel like just slinging paint, I feel free enough to be able to sling paint, put it on the hat for me first. Just so happened other people think it's amazing.
And that's important. Like, you know what I'm saying, for you to be confident in what you're giving people. Because as a creator myself, like, and I haven't always been a creator. Like, so it was a transition for me to, like, make something. Like, I thought it was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you don't realize how there are millions of people in the world. So 9.9 times out of 10, if you think something is cool, somebody else is going to think it's cool also. You may not gain the attention of the whole world, but that sector, that's all you need. You know, and so you'll find your following and you'll find your stride. So what's that been like with, you know, the fedoras and finding your, you know, your market, and how does partnering with people help that?
Good question. Thank you for that. The beautiful thing about it is because we don't wake up the same every day. The hats are literally different. So even the hats that we have here today, they're 3 different styles. And when we work with people, their tribe are still full of those same type people. They wake up differently every day. So we get to create different looks. And it just creates just the atmosphere of change, choice, freedom. Our phrase is live free. And that's That's what we've done with our partners. That's what we've done with our lives. I'm telling you, it's just a message of
be free,
doing
be
what
me.
you want to do.
Express yourself.
Doing what you want to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Express yourself.
All right, ladies. Okay.
We got some stuff coming out this summer too. I can't wait.
I
I
am
can't
waiting.
say it now, but
So what is, as
they're
far as
coming.
fashion goes, because you know I'm from a place that has 4 seasons. I don't know about you guys, but but so as far as summertime goes for a hat, what do you suggest? Because like I would wear this in fall, but see that's me. I know people don't do that anymore. So do you think that the materials are going to change for summertime hats, but it's going to still be that style?
Oh yeah. Spring, we're actually pushing out in 2 weeks different spring hats, so you'll have more of the open areas so that your head can breathe. But we are women, so I still believe in keeping the moisture in my head. So a lot of our stuff is still gonna have the satin liners and things like that inside,
Oh, nice.
so we can protect that dew.
Yeah.
Look at them looking out for y'all, ladies.
You know, we try to do what
We
can
appreciate
do.
the detail. The fellas do notice.
Yeah,
You know.
but I think in fashion, it's important to ride with the seasons, because we want to stay relevant. Of course, it's like you're not gonna wear an Adidas suit all year, even though it's nice. It's hot. You're not gonna wear that. So Adidas is gonna make T-shirts. So we have different materials for the hats. More of a net style. You'll see.
Okay.
Just check out. Stay tuned.
She said, trust me. I got
Stay
you.
tuned. But we more than that, we just have amazing designers, man. We have an amazing team. So I just you just live and you just trust your team and you say, hey guys, we gotta transition. And I was like, okay, cool. We'll have something for you next week.
Nice.
Perfect. Let's do it. Oh.
So how can I order a hat if I want to? If I'm listening to this right now and I'm looking at the hats because you told them where to look. So now toward the middle of the conversation, they're like, oh, I want this hat. So what is the process like? Because how long does it take to get the hat?
So all the hats are custom, right? When we make them, no hat is identical. So when you see the hats, you're gonna get the thought process, but everything is custom.
So it's not going to look exactly like the picture.
So if I
The
see somebody
only
with a
one that
hat
may
like
look
mine, I can come see you.
Yes. Wait 1 second. So what we did, like, so for instance, the glitter tops, right? The only thing we change on those, and we intentionally change, are the feathers.
Okay.
Oh,
What makes
okay.
it unique, because that one we
Yeah.
can duplicate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we'll change the feathers up. We'll change, maybe put a button, maybe not put a button. We'll change something from that.
This
It's
is
not
so fly.
Yeah. So we'll put a ribbon or not. We have so many different versions of that hat that you can literally still call that hat custom.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
go
I
to
just
the
didn't want to be
website.
out in the club nowhere and see somebody with my hat on. I'll be mad at you, Kris.
Keep it.
No,
Keep
Do they
this
still
100.
have, do they have hat boxes?
Yes.
I remember hat boxes.
I think hat boxes keep you classic.
You know what would be a
For
good
serious
idea
Fedora
for
wear.
your team?
What's that?
Someone that designs nice hat boxes.
Custom hat boxes and
Yeah.
to go with the hat.
Because
dope.
now you make wearing hats a thing and having hat boxes a thing.
Ideally, feed into me real quick. How does that look?
So, when I was a girl, my mom and my grandma
still a
both
girl.
wore hats. Well,
You're
you know,
still a
I'm
woman.
still a girl.
Beautiful girl.
People don't. Well, you know, people change. I've not done that. When I was a little girl, my grandmother and my mother both wore hats a lot, and they would have these hat boxes that were just so. To me, they were fabulous because I like bags and luggage and carrying cases. I'm weird like that. So they would have the hat boxes in the closet. They look like little suitcases and they had like a little clip, but you know, they had different colors. So I've not seen that since then.
It's been a minute. That's for serious Fedora wears though.
Yeah, but
that-
that could be a thing.
Each box custom. I want my number on it.
But you know,
sign
like-
my name
like-
on it. You know.
But you think about how, like, how we have like the alpha boxes and all that type of
Yeah.
stuff. Man, you got it once a month.
That's a good
have
idea.
A specialty box.
Yeah.
Have your hat. A couple other things you can switch
Hey,
out.
look, call me, okay? I'm trying to get down with this. Yeah, I think that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
that's an amazing idea. I think we're gonna have to talk.
Make a
afterwards.
hat. Make it. Of course, people that wear hats are just gonna wear hats, period. But you know, sometimes you make something a thing. You know what I mean?
I might I'm thinking now I
the
might get
culture.
me a custom Connect the Dots podcast hat. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
And I might wear it, you know what I'm saying, on air to pub my lady here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we might have to talk, you know what I'm saying, after this.
Absolutely.
This is really, really, really cool. I like it.
Thank you. And I love the hat box. Idea.
Yeah.
I think that creates a culture.
Yeah, it does, and then it gives you another incentive to, you know, and it gives you another lane.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you might switch out your hat.
I definitely would pay for that just because, like, you know how
It's hard
guys
to
are. It's
store
like,
hats
you
without
ain't
a
got
hat
this,
box.
like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't
you
know
ain't
how
got
everyone
this.
is storing their...
It's a collector.
A collector.
This remind me of like cigars.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Where are you all putting your hats if you don't have a damn hat box anyway?
especially those, you can't just sit them around.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a shelf in my closet and it has, you know, my hats. But I think that was a part of the reason why I stopped wearing them so much, because they would get, you know, this would be... If it's not perfect, it ain't right.
Correct.
If
Facts.
you get the bend...
Don't do
You,
that.
I'm sorry.
I'm with you.
If you get if it's not like this, like sometimes if you put it in your closet wrong and it gets another bend, you just jacked up your
It's a
hat.
wrap.
if this gets,
It's like getting a crease in your sneakers,
jacked
like
up
it's
your
serious
hat.
business.
Jacked up the hat.
that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And the fedoras that you get at Target and all, you know, they look nice. They look nice. But you know, after the club or wherever you're at, and you get in the car and you put your hat in the back seat, and if you throw it in the back seat too hard, it's gonna get one of those creases or folds that you don't want. But see, these are very good quality, I can tell. And it's not gonna happen to this hat, but that's why you need a hat box.
That's why we need a hat box. But pause real quick. What we just did here, that idea, that thought process, that is 1820.
Yeah.
That's
God's
what we
space.
do. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's us coming together saying, hey, how can we attribute what you're doing? This is a great idea. Not to compete, but a great idea to help you become better.
I say this
I
all the
love
time.
that.
I think a lot of people that are in competition with each other should actually be partnering with each other.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know a lot of great business people. I know a lot of people that have stuff. You think they've sent one damn thing down here to be putting on the show? Nope. What's up, y'all? I want to talk about Soul Mississippi candles. They smell so good. They're going to make your house smell great. If you want to try them, go to soulms.com. That's SEAUXMS.com and try them. My favorite is sugar cookie because it makes your house smell like you've baked a pan of cookies, and it just is very, very, very strong. There's also some new scents on there. And another one of my favorites, caramel popcorn, is actually on sale right now. So make sure you check it out. There's also a new scent that I can't wait to smell. It's called Magnolia Bell. So if you know someone in Mississippi, I think this would be a great gift. But if you just want to have some nice candles around your house, make sure you check them out. SoMississippi.com. Peace. You think they're still making me buy their t-shirts and stuff? Yup.
Wow.
This could be you, but no.
This could be us, but you want to
Right.
Exactly. This could be us, but you want to act funny. That's all I'm saying.
It's that funny money.
Funny money.
We got to come together. And I
We
think,
got to come together. We got
it's
to.
greater together. It's greater together, man. I love it.
And that's a
I
strong
appreciate
message,
this.
like, you know what I'm saying? Just the essence of that message of togetherness and unity. And of course, I always tell people, we ain't got to be on the same page on everything, but just that understood baseline of unity. Like, I got your back, you got mine. Like, let's share ideas, let's share resources, and make everybody better. That's what I call a major key, as they call it. Like, so many people don't figure out that life hack until it's too late.
Yeah.
And they've had people around them either with the knowledge, the access.
Yeah,
or
everybody
things around
has
them
something.
to-
Everybody has a role.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and we talked earlier when we were all talking about, you know, back in the days in my family history or whatever, but back in the day, all we had was each other. Because guess what? We were outlawed from from participating in commerce with anyone else.
It was a phrase. We
And
all we got.
we used a barter system. Hey, my grandma grows cabbage and corn. Okay, go down the road and get some peaches from Annie Mae and tell them to get this. And, you know, that
Yep.
was what we did. And we need to really get back to that.
And we should.
Do you think the barter system hurt us? Because I say that, and I ask that because you think about with black businesses, everybody always want a discount. Right? You know, So do you think that hurt
Oh,
us when
okay.
it comes to like?
So you didn't really understand the power of economics because you were bartering. Is that what you're saying?
Right. I
Could
mean,
be.
even though that's
Well-
part of economics as well, but you feel me?
Yeah,
It's
right,
just
right,
about-
right. You didn't learn the value of currency because you were using barter.
Or it was a simple fact that when we dealt with other races, we always paid money to buy from them.
Yeah.
When we dealt with each other, it was just all.
I don't know.
like-
What do you guys think?
I'll let you go first since
The
you're a
barter
business owner
system
also.
is an exchange.
Yeah, true.
You're not about to just come up and just take. It's an exchange.
It has to be equally as valuable.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
the
You
only
have,
way it makes sense. I just think that right there is kind of taking advantage of people. As if I have nothing to offer you, then why am I just taking from you? That
Yeah.
doesn't at least let me work for it. They used to have a system
Yeah.
if you couldn't, like you would go into the restaurant, if you back in the day, if you couldn't pay for it, what would they do?
Wash
Make
the
you-
dishes.
Correct. So there's an exchange of services. That's what barter system is. I just think people are just
Yeah.
inconsiderate sometimes.
Well, it's kind of
Yeah.
like you said, people get the definition confused. Like you said, it's a share in exchange. It's not taking advantage of.
Right.
The problem is, it's a difference between, all right, I normally charge this, but I'm going to work with you, knowing that when the shoe's on the other foot,
You're gonna
do
work
the
with
same
me.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's still, not going too deep, but it's still equally yoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, for some, I want something, and now that I've got it, okay, PC later.
Mhm.
And that's not how you, that's just not
That's
how you do
disrespectful.
business anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that just going back to what everybody's saying, piggybacking, like as a business owner, even with candles, like, we haven't been in business for that long, but we found a way to grow a very good bit in a short time by bartering with people. Like, if I need, now I know tons of photographers, but if I know a young photographer that needs exposure and they happen to like candles, hey, let me send you a box of candles. Just take pictures of them. You know what I'm saying? If that's what, once again, if that's what they deem worthy. But if they want me to pay them, I'm gonna pay them. But one thing I found in business, like if me and Kris do business all the time, and I pay $100 for a hat, then she give me $100 back for a candle. We literally just handing money back and forth. So if she does if I have a need for hats and she has a need for candles, like, you know what I'm saying, let me figure out how much your hat is worth and I'll give you that amount of candles for that. So it's still business.
It still works.
Yeah, so you have to find those ways to make it mutually beneficial to both sides. And sometimes people don't have what you need, and it's totally okay to pay for services. When I buy this hat, I'm going to pay for this hat because I want to support her, and that's how much supporting a black woman and a black business means to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset we have to get
that,
to.
yeah.
I don't mind paying a little bit. I can go to Target and probably get an old cheap knockoff Fedora. You know what I'm saying? But I want a good
Did
quality.
you do any? Yeah. How do you feel about
Yeah.
that? How do you feel about
You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot better knowing that my
You
money is
supported,
going
yeah.
to Kris rather than this huge corporation that, hollers Black Lives Matter on one hand, but then donate money behind their back to causes that do Black Lives no good. I know where my money is going here. And so it just makes me feel a lot better.
That's a good segue into some of the things that we want to talk about. We're not going to stop talking about current events because there's too much going on. We're not going to take away from anything, you guys. I just wanted to make sure we understood who we were with today and why what we were talking about. I know, we talk about current events usually around this time of the show.
Nice.
And I know for some business owners, they kind of shy away from the... so I understand, and if we talking about something you don't want to talk about, just be like, I
Just
ain't
pass
gonna
the rock. Just
no
like,
comment.
Dom, talk.
No comment.
Thank you for the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
The views and opinions on this panel do not reflect the views and opinions of everyone. Let's just put that disclosure. So, this week, the stimulus has gone out, right?
Stimmy me, baby.
Y'all got
Oh, yeah.
Okay, a lot of people got stimmy, a lot of people didn't. I could tell because I went outside yesterday. Everybody was outside. Immediately, like you could tell the energy was different, the flow was different. It was a nice day. The parking lots of everything was packed. The music was in the street. You hear bass back bumping in the Atlanta streets, and you hear skirt a lot more. So everybody, it's getting back to normal, kind of.
Yeah.
The stimulus package is going to be one of the largest redistributions of, I'm not going to say wealth, it's not going to make a lot of people wealthy, but it is going to make a lot of poor children less poor. It's going to cut down the amount of poverty in this country. And here's why. You could get checks of $1,400 sent to individuals making up to $80,000. If you, I don't know if everyone knows this or not, but that's like 85% of the country.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 85% of this country makes below $85,000 a year. 85% of the country.
Wow.
And there's a lot of people in America.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That just goes to show the gap, the wealth gap in this country.
And that's up to 80.
Yeah.
Like 20,000, 24,000.
Single parents earning $120,000 or less, and couples with household income of no more than $160,000. I think they're gonna get less. It doesn't say exactly how much they're gonna get, but they're not gonna get as much as the people that are 80,000. $350 billion is being allocated to state and local government, while education will receive nearly $180 billion to support measures such as school reopenings. The COVID-19 response is also going to be boosted by a further $123 billion. Democrats tried to include the plan to raise the federal minimum wage from $7.25 an hour to $15 an hour, but those proposals became bogged down in the Senate and they failed to make it into the final bill. $16 billion is going toward agriculture. $59 billion is going towards small businesses. So I encourage small business owners, if you need some money, look for it because it's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. You just have to do a little research. You have to do a little bit of digging. There's another business idea. If you're kind of tech savvy and you kind of know your way around the internet and you think you can help people, start a business.
Mm-hmm.
You can help old people get vaccines because all that's on the internet. You can help small businesses find small business loans because all that's on the internet. You can find people resources on where to get vaccinated at because that's, just because you have internet access doesn't mean you know how to work your way around it. Education, $176 billion. I'm glad because I just learned over the last 12 months how uneducated everyone in this country is.
It's been a very merited process.
Y'all don't
of
know
making
science,
us
y'all don't know
uneducated.
math, you don't know stats, y'all don't know, like, really?
I always tell people if education is the first thing you cut in the budget over and over and over again, like what do you think is going to happen over a prolonged period of time?
$56 billion is going toward transportation.
Yeah.
$410 billion towards stimulus checks, $246 billion to extend unemployment. So the money's out there, y'all. I would take advantage of it while you still can. I went to a movie premiere. I went to a drive-through movie theater.
Oh, nice.
Here in
Classic.
Atlanta.
Moreland.
Starlight.
Can we talk about that?
Which one? Yeah, we automatically start asking questions.
I'm like, which one did you go?
I went to Starlight.
Okay.
Okay.
Shout out, before you get started, I just want to say Starlight is such a classic place. I miss it. So I haven't been in a long time, but I'm ready to hear your spiel on Starlight right now.
The movie I went to go see is Genius Aretha. Great movie. So, I had to be there. I guess it starts like right when it gets dark. Usually movie theaters outside ones do. So, I'm driving, I'm like, it's in Atlanta. How far can it be?
What's going on, guys? It's Don from Connecting the Dots podcast. We have a great product for you today from the Beard Well. It is beard oil. Spring is here. Make sure that your beards are moisturized and oiled up. Check out thebeardwell.com for all their products.
Got on my navigation. I'm riding past the studio. I'm on North Side. I'm in a familiar place, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. Got down past North Side, made a left. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little different. Okay, but I'm still good. I'm good. I've been in the hood before.
Yeah, North Side.
Many a hood. Many a hood. Okay, I'm still good. Okay. Baby.
I feel like I know where this is going.
I got a little bit further down that road. And it was not the same.
Aesthetically
First of all, there's this. I had to talk to my friend about this because I'm like, maybe I'm like, I have some spiritual awareness that I don't know about, because this has only happened to me 2 other times. When I got around that little curve, and there was this big castle, or so I thought, and it's like all these fences and these houses inside of there, and my spirit was totally disturbed to the point where I was like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I started to go home. Mind you, there's nobody out there bothering me. I'm not feeling threatened physically at all, but it was my spirit.
Yeah.
One side of me was saying, just forget the whole thing, because surely you're not coming back this way in the dark. And another part of me was like, yeah, there's got to be another way to get home. I see highways, I hear cars, there's something around here that I know I could hop back on and get home. That was a prison that I saw.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a federal prison.
It's the USP.
Yeah.
It says it on the thing. So,
penitentiary.
after I calmed down, after the movie, I got home and I was just like, Lord, what is that? I
You went like
Googled
the
it.
back way. You must have went the back way. You got to
I
go the
never
back way to see
seen
the prison.
I went the way
I used to live over there. so I
Google
know
told me to go.
exactly.
Google almost got me shook.
So it looks like houses?
The next morning, I pulled myself together because my spirit was disturbed.
Yeah.
USP is a federal prison. People live there. People live there. I don't know if the workers live there, the prisoners live there, but they have their own little houses on this property. Wow. And it is crazy. So the further
There's a lot of history in there too. Like
the
going
further
back
I
to-
looked
yeah.
into it, people were tortured there.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
in the prison or in the
In
houses?
the prison.
Oh, no.
The prison was built in the early 1900s, and it was a hardcore prison. I mean, they tortured people there. And the only other time I felt that was when I went to New Orleans, and I feel that every time I go to Wilkes County. But it's very interesting how I ended up, and then it looks like a bomb was dropped in that area, because there's like everything around there that's around that prison is abandoned. All the apartment complexes are abandoned, the homes are abandoned. So for a good stretch of road, it looks like a nuclear bomb went off there.
Yeah. And you know what prisons do to property value anyway. Like, you know, over time it's just
What street is that? What road
Moreland.
is that? It's on Moreland?
it's right off Moreland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there was also that was my story about Moreland. I used
to work at the zoo here, but I lived in Ellenwood, so I would take the back road to get to work. I didn't have to get on the interstate, and I would always pass by that prison. Like, it was like a daily thing. So like I definitely understand the area that you're talking about. You know, it's a little different.
Yeah, that whole area, even with
I called Jay
the
Black.
movie it is.
Bro, I just need to let you know where I'm at. Because I don't know when it gets dark. Like, I don't know, like, where I'm at for real.
Yeah.
And I know I-20 is around here somewhere, but just in case you don't hear from me in a couple days, I had to make one of those phone calls. That's how scared I was. And I don't get scared. Like, you know,
Wow.
it was just very strange to me.
It's just, hey, this is more of a work in progress. That's basic. I mean, it's like you said before, you're in unfamiliar surroundings. You're like, okay, do I need to leave a paper trail? Get the carrier pigeon, but by the same token, we realize it's a work in progress, and there's still progress that needs to be made. There's still investment that needs to be made.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for investment, should I say, in that area, to say it nicely.
Yeah.
Is it a smart investment?
It could
That's
be.
it.
You know, it could end up being a smart investment. It
How-
really could be.
How's the movie though? The
It was
movie
good. It was good. It was good. It's a 4-part series. It's done by National Geographic. It'll be out the end of this month, so
Okay.
check the National Geographic channel.
Gotcha.
It details the life of Aretha Franklin from the time
nice.
she was a little girl. It was a really, really good story, and it really touched my heart because like me, her father had custody of her when her parents got a divorce. And so she grew up with her dad like I did.
How was that?
Growing up with my dad?
Yeah.
In this movie, it made me see things that I didn't see before. So she's very she likes men. Like she
gravitates
she doesn't see she gives men the benefit of the doubt a lot. you know what I mean? Like she sees things from a male perspective.
I can see that because I always tell guys that, because like most of us grow up around women. Like that's why I love black women so much. It's like, you know, that's what I saw growing up. That's what I gravitate towards. And it doesn't mean I hate everybody else. I just like y'all a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely understand.
Yeah, so
understand that from another perspective.
she was very partial to men. And I am too. But I didn't look at it like that until I saw, because I don't really have many people to relate to. That doesn't happen a lot.
Got it.
So when I saw it, I was like, I do that all the time. Like, someone will tell me a story about, you know, something that happens to them in their relationship, and in my mind, it was her fault. Yeah, she did it. Like, my sister used to tell me all the time, like, you're always gonna be on his side, and I always was like, yeah, because you're annoying. Yeah, I always looked at it like that, and I'm like, maybe I should stop doing that. And this is just over this week, me coming to that realization, like, damn, I do that all the time. Like, there's never a scenario where I'm like, yeah, he did wrong. I'm like, nah, you probably just got on his nerves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's because of your relationship with your dad?
Yeah. Like, my dad does no wrong in my eyes. Yeah. And I'm sure he does a whole bunch of shit wrong. You know, but I'm not gonna ever be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Got it.
But my mom, oh God, you're always, girl, you're annoying.
You would be a great advocate for women who don't see value in men, especially black men.
Oh no, yeah, I would. I'm pro black man. Look,
Cash out Kymmy. Cash out Kymmy.
Every day. But when it comes to me, you know, I can see it, you know, different. But yeah, that's just one of the things that I noticed.
Nice.
Another thing that happened this week, the family of George Floyd had a $27 million settlement, pre-trial settlement, which really doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
The city of Minneapolis City Council approved it unanimously. So I pray his family does the right thing with it. Sometimes you get money and it just destroys the family. And I hope that's not the case. I hope it goes for a good cause. I hope that his children are taken care of and that the money goes into the good hands.
How do you feel about that, especially beforehand? You know, because once again, this always happens after or much later after.
I mean, I think that there's no way around it. There was too much turmoil behind the actions of the police officer, and what else were they gonna do? I mean, they will be wasting time and money fighting it.
We've seen it happen before, though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's the dynamic I'm coming from.
I think that this time, though, and the thing that we saw it happen a lot before, but this time with George Floyd, it sparked something in this country. Like, that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Pretty
and
blatant.
I don't think, it was just, And even now, still, everyone, I hope you're mentally preparing yourself. If you do plan on watching this, the defense is that they are going to say he overdosed. I know we talked about that before, but, you know, as the trial goes on, as the days goes on, the judicial system, you know, the defense, that's their defense. Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff accepted a leadership award on the anniversary of Bloody Sunday. The fight for voting rights in Georgia continues. Now, the activists in Atlanta have gone as far as to protest at the companies that are sponsoring some of these bills. So yesterday and today, actually, there are protests going on at the Coca-Cola world here in Atlanta because Coca-Cola was one of the sponsors of the bill.
What do you all think about the corporations kind of playing both sides of the field in the whole scheme of things? You know, and I think that's the big issue.
What do we think about what?
The corporations playing both sides of the field, like how people are, you know, Coke gives lots of money to great causes also, but at the same time they're giving money to support voter suppression. So like, how does it make you view corporations in a sense? Because like, I think last week you named a good list of companies that had contributed to these bills and the process of getting them to where they are now. So like, just how do you view that? Like,
I think that
These companies, they just trying to reach their bottom line.
At the end of the day,
business. They know it's necessary for business.
Right.
Yeah, business doesn't really have feelings.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
So you're gonna play
Everybody
both
drink
sides
Coke.
of the fence until one side of the fence not,
They gonna-
screams
they gonna
louder.
work
Whoever
to
screams
Correct.
the loudest.
That's how I feel about it.
their benefit. And in this case, whoever, benefits whatever they're trying to do.
But that's what they do in politics. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
for lack of a term, business is going to play all sides, and then when one side has a little bit more leverage, then they go ahead and step up. That's what business has. I'll put it like this: that's what a number of corporations have always done.
Mm-hmm.
And until that model changes, that model is going to continue.
Yeah.
I think it's only different. It would be disrespectful if they promoted themselves one way and they don't. Oftentimes, like politicians will present themselves one way and you
Yeah.
find out it's something else. But like Coca-Cola, racists drink Coca-Cola,
Mm-hmm.
black people drink Coca-Cola, old people drink Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
That's like the only option you have a lot of places in Georgia.
Yeah, Coke.
Yeah. They don't even sell Pepsi a
They
lot
here
there.
like that in
And
headquarters
which is
here.
very funny to me, because Pepsi sponsored the Super Bowl when the Super Bowl was here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was a business. Like,
Business.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's being messy, but that was yeah.
They try to get more brand recognition because
Right.
Coca-Cola got it locked down.
So, Fonnie Willis. Dom, you want to tell everyone who that is?
No, not personally, but I
Okay.
will.
Fonnie
she's
Willis,
the DA for
the Atlanta Fulton County
Fulton
District
County.
Attorney. She keeps trying to pass off the Rayshard Brooks case and the case where the two college students were arrested in the middle of the George Floyd protest here in Atlanta last summer. But they keep tossing it back to her like, no, sis, this is your thing. But she also wants to prosecute Donald Trump, and she's been getting a lot of national attention for that. Recently, an expert on Georgia's racketeering law was sworn in last Wednesday. An expert on Georgia's racketeering law was sworn in Wednesday to help the prosecutor who's investigating potential efforts by former President Donald Trump and others to influence last year's general election. Fonnie Willis has engaged John Floyd to serve as Special Assistant District Attorney to work with lawyers in her office on any case involving allegations of racketeering. Her spokesman, Jeff DeSantis, said a Fulton County Superior Court judge swore him in on Wednesday morning. So she's bringing in experts to help her prosecute Donald Trump and everyone else that was involved in trying to influence the election here in Georgia. I don't know if everyone's familiar with it, but go back and listen to our previous episode because we talked about this already and we played the damn call. And if you don't know what's going on, it's because you haven't been listening to us. Yeah, so she wants to do that. And a lot of people here are upset. Like, hello, we got all this, stuff going on and you're out traipsing around trying to prosecute. Which I get it. I'm not gonna lie. I get both sides.
Yeah.
I think she should be able to do both, though. I don't think she should have tossed that out.
It shouldn't be an
Because
either or thing.
Yeah, she should be able to do them all.
And
Why
it's
can't
literally
she?
her job if she didn't think she was capable of handling.
But she said she has a reason, and she has not disclosed the reason, and you don't
and
have to
that's
disclose
why
the
nobody
reason.
cares, because if you're once again, as I say, not every week, but almost every week on this show, if you are a public official, your job, they may not list it on your job description, but transparency is the first order of business.
And that happened way before the phone call.
Yep.
Who's her team?
The police,
Like,
the police union endorsed her.
And this is one of the things, and shout out to my brother, Scotty Smart, you know what I'm saying? He's been on this show before. He's a fellow community leader here, but it's kind of like we went out of our way to tell people, like, yo, literally the lawyers of the people that are going against the city of Atlanta are paying Fannie Willis. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're donating to her campaign. The lawyers, you know what I'm saying? The police union, they're literally, once again, just like these corporations, they're paying for her campaign.
Yeah.
So when she does win, don't you think it's some deals that went with that, or there are some promises that came with that? And so, and once again, it's a very tough situation because, once again, it's not like Paul Howard was anybody's favorite. So
Right.
it put the city in a very bad situation as far as even having to choose the lesser of two evils. But once again, I don't think anybody should be surprised that Fannie Willis is doing what Fannie Willis is doing right now because she literally let you see the playbook before.
But unlike other cities, I'm going to say the awareness, the political awareness is like off the charts here in Atlanta. So she's not going to get away with it without people noticing it, bringing it to her attention, and they keep pushing back on her, telling her, no, you need to prosecute this case.
And that's the interesting thing, because a lot of these people that she is standing beside are the ones that are telling her, like, nah, sis, like, this you, we ain't got nothing to do with this. And so it is, and not to, you know, down anybody, but people have to realize in politics, you can't play both sides of the fence. Like, if you do, both sides are going to throw rocks at you, and then you in a even worse position. So, you know, win, lose, or draw, whether I agree with you or disagree with you, I respect you more if you at least, like, stay on your side. Like, it's cool. Like, let me know what I'm getting. And just like with me, I tell people what you see with me is what you get. Like, I don't really have ulterior motives unless, you know, only time I don't feel like being 100 with somebody is when I know they're not being 100 with me. But other than that, if you're a straight person, like, and I know the world doesn't work like that, but ideally, once again, in a utopian society, these are public officials. Like, it's their job to, once again, be transparent with what they're doing, what they see in the future.
Speaking of transparency, even if you live somewhere like Georgia, transparency could be bad because we're going to be all over you.
Yeah.
If you live somewhere like Texas or Florida, I don't know what y'all are doing out there, but your boy, Greg Abbott, the one that brought you no lights, no water, no mask, that guy, he wants to push for there to be a ban on social media censorship. What? On Friday last week, he proposed to the Texas legislature that they have a bill that would have a proposal that would ban major social media companies from censoring users based on their views. He discussed Senate Bill 12 by Senator Brian Hughes. He's a Republican. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who presides over the Senate, has identified the bill as one of the top 31 priorities for the 2021 legislative session. Do y'all know who Dan Patrick is?
Oh, yeah.
So
News like Dan Patrick?
No.
Or which Dan Patrick we talking about? I'm about to say,
He's a lieutenant governor of...
I'm about to say Dan Patrick, a big name, depending on...
No, that's not that.
Okay.
Sports journalist Dan Patrick. This is government politics.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the Texas attorney Twitter filed a lawsuit against the Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, claiming that the Republicans used his office to retaliate against it for banning the account of former President Trump following the riot at the U.S. Capitol. So basically what we see now is the Republicans coming together to get on these social media companies about banning people because they're Trump supporters and they don't want to have Trump have any accountability for any of the things that he does on social media. And so when you have stuff like this happen, you have to pay very close attention because before you know it, it'll be back like it was before. That's what they want.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want you to vote. Mind you, the Republicans came up with all this absentee voting.
Well, without going knee deep, I know I've had different people who are under the gold dome talking about it. All this is basically because everyone realizes, especially here in Georgia, it's a shift, and it's going to continue. So the only way you discontinue that is to reduce access. So, but the positive, even though there's a good likelihood that a lot of these shenanigans are going to clear, the positive is because of the John Lewis Act.
On the federal level,
On the
HR
federal
1,
level.
yeah.
So what will happen is, based on that and based on when these go to court and these things are going to be out of compliance, there's a good likelihood that a lot of these things aren't going to stick. But it's a reminder to be as informed and engaged as possible. And political engagement is not just during election season.
Yeah.
So I hope more people are getting that message. So instead of being discouraged, we can be mad and upset, and we have a right to be, but we have to channel our energy. What proactive things can we do, and what proactive things can we continue to build upon, so we minimize the potential of these types of things happening?
Absolutely, and that's what we do every week, and that's why we have these conversations about what's going on, just keeping you up to date, because you will get over it. I mean, who the hell wants to keep talking about voting and those damn commercials and the mailbox is full of stuff and the phone is ringing and people are like, what do you want? And it's a mess. But if we don't pay attention, then they are going to start pushing all of this foolishness. And so, go ahead.
Question.
Yeah.
At what point are you blocked on social media?
It has to be
Good question.
excessive. I myself just got out of Facebook jail the other day, so I just got out of Facebook jail. I did 3 days in Facebook jail.
Okay, another interjection. I just want to hear y'all's interaction. So lately, Facebook has been like super OD with like monitoring. Like,
True.
I had a friend who is black, like just joking, like, you know what I'm saying? We were laughing at something and she typed like, I hate black people, you know what I'm saying? But laugh out loud, but it was in jest.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like there's no context. Like I see them flagging like everything, like as far as like you can't say anything. Like it's all, I mean, I see some stuff that literally is not bad, but they're flagging it too just because I guess whatever system they're using that's on high
Some
alert
words.
now. Yeah. It's
Well,
OD.
what happened was, Twitter banned Donald Trump and others.
Yeah.
Facebook has been reluctant to do that, so they've caught some slack. I have a problem with that.
Flack.
Every week we do that. They've caught some flack for not doing enough, right? So now they're doing too much.
Yeah. It's like
So,
a complete opposite.
I don't know if you saw Tamron Hall's show. She interviewed the woman that one of the CEOs at Facebook, and she was just like, "Why are you not?" Like, she's showing her examples of inappropriate comments, and inappropriate comments. You can't really, build an algorithm to find, like you said, I hate black people. That's it's taken out of context, but literally people are planning an insurrection, and
True
y'all
story.
never flagged none of that.
Right.
Private groups.
Yeah, and that's what she was saying. Like, you guys, you can't just, the robots aren't gonna fix everything. You have to get more involved. So I think now, I still don't think they're more involved. I think they just fine-tuned it, and now it's just kicking everybody off.
So what about Messenger? So can they go on your Messenger, you DMing somebody like, what up?
Hey, it goes
Y'all
down in the
talking about
DM,
anything?
bro.
It goes down in the DM. So what do we say?
Yeah.
But like real talk,
Is that not censored?
Right.
But real talk, technically, when you're using someone else's platform,
Yes, that was what I was about to get
it's
to.
their rules, and even though it's like freedom of speech, but freedom of speech has consequences once you open your mouth. But the thing that I think is bothering everybody in here, it seems like disproportionately speaking, when a certain demographic uses some verbiage, we all get in Facebook vids. Someone else can basically plot and scheme to blow up a building and nothing happens.
Not just in the
So-
building, the U.S. Capitol.
So-
You know what I'm saying?
so
Let's-
you've got
Not just a regular bill.
So something has to go in, with that algorithm or what have you, but until then, here's a suggestion. Synonyms are your friends. I'll just synonyms are your friends. There's your hack. Synonyms are your friends.
Just like you were saying, certain people, they feel a certain kind of way. Here's a perfect example. I don't know if you guys read about this. Ron Johnson said he didn't feel threatened by the January 6th insurrection,
No, this was hilarious.
but if they were Black Lives Matter activists, he would have been afraid.
Wait.
Did you see, like, this the funny part, though? Did you see the side by side, like, when he said he wasn't scared, then they literally had the footage of him running? Like, that's the thing that got me.
It's poppy
God.
cat.
Yeah.
If you weren't scared, then you would have stuck around. So stop. And we all know this. It's just the same thing when Ted Cruz lets a certain candidate say publicly that his wife is like a doorknob. Everybody gets turned, says nothing. So just hush. Bottom line is this: they say what money is the root of all evil. Money isn't necessarily the problem. It's the pursuit.
The
Just
pursuit.
like it is the pursuit, the way you pursue and what you're
True story.
pursuing for, which is problematic. So all I'm saying is this: that individual just needs to go sit down somewhere, and he would be a good candidate for counseling services, things along those lines. And the same with other people. You have to have some sense of conviction and some backbone. If your backbone is as strong as a jellyfish, you pretty much don't need to say anything.
Right.
You don't.
So you don't think what he said was true? Like he's just afraid of black people?
Yeah.
I think that was a true statement. He's just afraid of black people.
That's it. I mean, never mind that these people had like zip ties. They were saying hang Mike Pence. They built the damn thing to hang Mike Pence from right there. You know what I mean? They had guns and bombs and you know what I mean?
And feces. Don't forget feces.
right. Like, okay. Okay. But whatever. They stormed the Capitol. I think, whatever. Okay. That I just had to put that out there because that was just bizarre to me. Another thing that's got everybody out in the streets. We have now over 100 million vaccinated Americans. 13% of adults in this country are now vaccinated. They are starting to test the vaccine on younger people, teenagers. So we're getting closer and closer and closer to herd immunity. Close.
Yeah, I think they said by the end of the.
Joe Biden said by the end of May or by May 1st.
Yeah.
They should. Every state should have enough vaccines to vaccinate everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the people that are like losing eyes and stuff like that?
Eyes?
It's a joke, but I saw this thing where this nurse's face kind of swole up on the side. They sent it to my DM. It goes
Girl,
down.
I don't even have that because there's so much foolishness in there.
This is like I think, especially like being a scientist, it's very important. And we touched on this last week. Is to like
the reward, the risk.
Yeah,
versus, you have to weigh the risk.
And I'm not trying to scare.
And there are people are gonna die.
But like it's. I always tell people I'm not very judgmental when it comes to like whether you get the vaccine or not, because I know everybody has different health.
It's
like,
a personal
protocols.
decision. They got They got on LeBron's ass last week about him saying, you know, me and my family gonna talk about it. That's that man's right. He don't owe y'all shit.
Exactly. Right. And so it's one of those things to where it's very vital for us to do our research. And when you do start looking at the percentage of people that have side effects from the vaccine, it's not.
It's less than 1%.
Yeah, it's less than 1%. And I always tell people just
the people that the survival rate of COVID is 2%. No, the death rate.
The death rate. I'm about to say the way. I'm about to say the. I was like,
sorry.
I was like,
sorry. The death rate of COVID is 2%. The death rate of the vaccinated people is like less than 1%.
Yeah.
So you're still.
And I tell people from a scientific standpoint, I would say people have, if you take aspirin, you know what I'm saying, it's not a lot of people that have allergic reaction to aspirin, but there's still a small percentage. So anytime you're dealing with medicine, science.
Another hit from Pfizer, the blue pill. Viagra.
The blue pill. Yeah.
Did anyone do any research on that before they started popping those? Because Pfizer put those out too. I don't remember people saying.
People will, like, once again.
It was a great benefit to certain
but
people.
you remember when some people couldn't stop benefiting. The benefit wouldn't go down. Remember that? People were having adverse reactions to that.
Yeah. That benefit
people
costs them a lot.
They don't care about their high blood pressure when they pop in, you know what I'm saying?
You're
These
not supposed to take
like,
it
you know. Exactly. But what I'm saying, people don't care about certain things. And ideally, you have to let people care about what they want to care about because that's their right. But
absolutely, yeah.
In the whole scheme of things, I want people to not let fear factors and people sending stuff to your DMs, you know what I'm saying? Not saying ignore it, like looking at everything, like it's okay, but don't.
You have to also remember that this vaccine was created during a time where it was like political pressure, right? And they politicized every aspect of this virus, unfortunately. So, you know, the Trump people are going to discourage you from, because they don't want to see the numbers drastically go down under Joe Biden, because that would mean you fucked up when you had the ball. Yeah. So they're not going to ever promote anything that's going to make anything good come out of this vaccine or anything that has anything to do with this administration. The vaccine is going to be talked down on. The stimulus is going to be talked down on, even though in districts like over here, in Marjorie Taylor Greene's district, where the median income in her district is like $25,000, which means like everyone in her district is getting a stimulus. She's still over there trying to hold them up. She tried to stall it. She said we should close for the day. It's all being politicized. So like you were saying, stay aware. Do what you can do for you. What's for good for you and your family.
And this is one thing I also, and I'm talking directly to black people now. So, you know, anybody else y'all listen, if y'all don't want to, cool. But I always tell black people, because we like it's noted that we are less likely to be trustworthy of vaccines and different things like that. And I understand why, especially in the history of this country. But I always tell black people also, HBCUs put out a miraculous number, even in a total percentage of doctors and lawyers and scientists. You know, they put them at an alarming rate. So you got to think and that's what gives me confidence as a scientist, is I see other black researchers out there doing the work. And you got to realize, of course, all doctors are untrustworthy, but out of all the black doctors and all the black researchers, somebody's gonna catch something foul and be like, hey, like,
stay away from
this. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I understand that people have a lot of different opinions, but also realize there are a lot of smart, trusted, you know what I'm saying?
Find somebody that you could, trust or relate to. But people don't, we talk about this all the time. People don't look to professionals and scientists and doctors and,
and that's why you can be a reality TV show star and run for president.
And, celebrities for and which is a really bad thing to do at a time like this. And I noticed a lot of celebrities during the pandemic had some really ignorant shit to say about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be honest, people with really huge platforms really did say some crazy stuff. And so, like I said, look for a doctor, look for a medical professional, and do what's right for you and your family. It's a personal decision.
Here's the thing. I just believe people were upset that there was this notion that you're going to make us do something.
Yeah, but they never did.
Right.
They never made you wear a mask. That was a thing that people were afraid of. Oh, they're taking away our freedom. Oh, my God. You just need to wear a mask when you're in public, when you're around people.
Right.
It was never like, some businesses said some states said, we want, But other than that, it was never really. And I don't think that if enough people get it, they won't mandate it.
Yeah.
But if a lot of people spread this foolishness and make people not really want to get it, I mean, there are some good reasons not to get it, don't get me wrong. But don't let the reason be some of the stuff I'm hearing on the internet. Some of the things I'm seeing be said that aren't true. That's what makes me nervous.
I remember one time I saw this girl get a flu shot, and then she started running backwards. She can walk forward, but y'all gotta Google it. I'm serious. It's a serious thing. She got the flu shot, little white girl, shout out, and all of a sudden she couldn't do anything but run backwards. The flu shot.
I know the girl you're talking about because she was on an episode of Inside Edition or something like that.
Crazy.
But that's not why she walks like that. She has something, and it wasn't because of a flu shot. She has but that's the thing. Like, people are.
They painted that picture though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta do
saying.
that research to get done. Cause like I would tell people, like, the internet is literally just full of tricks and like I got you moments. Like,
we were cracking up.
yeah, and
Clickbait.
people just trying to get that. Even on YouTube, I've noticed like they'll put the wrong title on videos, and then when you click on it, it's something else. They literally just want that click. And so you literally got
Facebook.
Yeah,
you
and
gotta watch
I see
folks,
the
man.
video you're talking about. Woman takes flu vaccine. Now she can't walk forward. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I don't know.
And that'll carry and try like, yeah, man, this lady in America, man, she run backwards, and it'll be all across, And it don't take as they say, it don't take no time for legends to grow. They grow real fast.
I mean, the thing is, if you're of a certain age, you got vaccinated already several times.
I think that's the thing that kills me. Like, it literally, like, I be on the internet listening to people tell I be listening to fully vaccinated people tell people not to get vaccinated.
As a black community, look what's gone on since last year. First, we were immune to it. That was a rumor. Remember that? Black people can't get it.
And where did that come from, though? Exactly. You got to shrug. Like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't come from the CDC. It didn't come from any vetted research clinic. It didn't come from anywhere else you can name. When I asked you that, you went, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like we weren't as educated and we was doing it because that's what we were told to do? And you feel like nowadays people got more access to information?
Definitely.
I just feel like, to the point you said about Viagra, is that, and then people do it in general, like they pick and choose when they want to believe something or when it's whatever fits their narrative. Just like you say, with Viagra, it helps raise the blood pressure, whatever. That's a problem that, that's a problem that's you to worry about. You shouldn't take this if you feel like that. It's just like, man, people gonna do whatever fits their narrative.
If COVID
fit their narrative because they feel like America is doing it, so they're not gonna take it.
If COVID had a reaction where it made your skin turn dark, we'd be seeing the line to get the vaccines wrapped around the continent.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Viagra and the vaccine, they're two different, like.
Yeah, I know. I
You
always just make like hookah. Like where everybody like you just hookah. Like do you know the people where they putting? They come from behind some shit with a hookah.
And that's why I tell people like
there's a lot of things, and don't get me wrong, I get it. Research this too though. Like research everything. Research and find out. And there is some good information out there that you should not be afraid of. And don't let some YouTube scholar be the one that, because like I said, there's a lot of money behind people telling you not to get this vaccine. The Trump people are paying people.
Wow.
You're not going to benefit from my vaccine. You didn't vote for me. You know how petty he is.
He petty.
He's petty. Oh,
Petty
you
king.
guys are going to use my vaccine? And he thinks it's his vaccine,
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to use my vaccine and you didn't even vote for me? You're ungrateful. If he was still the president, do you know that he would have still been politicizing it? New York probably wouldn't have gotten any. Oh, you guys, there's not enough. Just like Brian Kemp. We're the 51st state out of vaccines in this country. We're the last. We're vaccinating the least amount of people out of everyone.
But like we talked about on the phone,
Yeah.
you gotta consider those numbers. Because those numbers, even though we might be 50th, we probably like top 10 in the people that's giving the vaccine out. So it's like those numbers are skewed. Like you can't really
like the number of vaccine that we have compared to how many we're giving out. That's what the number is. Yeah.
We're getting way more than Delaware. Delaware had like 600,000. We didn't get 2 million. And then we gave out a million. We gave out way more than Delaware. So it's like, man, those numbers are skewed. You can, but you can't. Like it doesn't. Each state is different. I can't compare what's going on in Georgia to Texas. Texas is way bigger.
Yeah, and like New York and other states up north, you have different ways to get to the vaccine. You catch the train.
New York was 25th. Like the bigger cities seem like they're the ones lower on the list because they have more people. It's more people.
I got my eye on Brian Kemp though, so I just want y'all to know. I see. We'll see. I don't trust them. But anyway, we're gonna wrap up soon. Was there anything else y'all wanted to talk about? Because I'll be here going on and on and on for days. I want everybody.
What's on your mind, Kris? Like you got something on your mind. What you want to talk about?
I just want to point out that there was a great conversation. I pray that I kept it straight for 1820, kept it neutral.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You did. I don't like, I don't know.
No,
I think that
jokes.
it's
all jokes.
Getting back to the hats. They're beautiful. You guys, make sure you check them out.
1820.
Everybody got a stimmy. Step your style up.
Hey, share some of that stimmy with, Kymmy. And also Kris and Dom if you want to. We'll put our cash apps and stuff on the screen for
you know how like you go to read an article and this thing pops up. If you want to keep seeing good content, you need to start paying. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out innovativeblackstation.com. Thank you to the Beard Oil. What's the name of it again? Beardwell. That's a good name. And So Mississippi Candles and 1820 hats. And make sure you check out CTD_ATL on Instagram. And follow us, comment, like, share. We're going to start reading some of these comments because y'all get some very good input on some of our posts. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace.